Hey there. Welcome to CyberPulse by Quantum Shield, the podcast where we make cybersecurity less intimidating and a lot more exciting. Every episode, we're diving into the latest digital drama, from sneaky hackers to the coolest defense strategies, all while sharing tips you can actually use. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's navigate this crazy digital world together.
All right, let's dive right in. We're tackling cybersecurity strategy alignment this time around. And, it's no surprise this is top of mind for you.
Right.
I mean, remember that, what was it, that logistics company a few months back? Massive data breach.
Big one, yeah.
And, one of the root causes, they said.
Yeah.
Total disconnect between their business goals and how they thought about security.
Yeah, a classic case, unfortunately.
Really is. So we definitely want to make sure, we're not seeing a repeat performance. You've been digging deep into some reports, articles, even jotted down some personal notes, clearly taking this seriously.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? You're spot on to do so. Cybersecurity, it's not tucked away in some IT corner anymore. It's woven into the DNA of how businesses operate.
Completely. And you've highlighted something here that really resonated with me too. This whole idea of aligning your cybersecurity strategy, not just with, tech stuff, but with your business goals.
Yeah.
And your compliance goals too.
100%.
It's like, okay, baking a cake. You can't just sprinkle in some security at the very end and hope for the best.
Right.
It's got to be part of the recipe from the get-go.
It's exactly, because every decision you make as a business these days, whether it's, hey, let's launch this amazing new product, or even something like, which cloud provider are we going to go with? There are security implications. You can't escape it.
Right.
And on the flip side, every cyber risk you can think of, data breach, system outage, whatever it might be, that's going to have a direct hit on your bottom line and your reputation.
They're so interconnected. And speaking of connections, something else you noted down here really stood out to me. This whole thing about breaking down silos.
Oh, yeah.
You've got IT over here, security in their own world, risk management doing their thing, compliance.
Silos everywhere.
What's the big deal? Why is that so dangerous?
All right, picture this. Your IT team is pumped, right? They're about to roll out this fantastic new customer platform. Everything's going to be faster, smoother.
Love it.
Great. But they're so siloed off from the security folks that some, glaring vulnerability in that platform just slips through.
Oh, no.
And boom, sensitive customer data out in the open. Suddenly, you're not talking about efficiency. You're talking regulatory fines, legal battles.
Nightmare.
Reputation shot. It can unravel so quickly.
Yeah, that's not the kind of speed we're aiming for. So busting down those silos, that means getting everybody at the table right.
Absolutely.
Speaking common language, making sure everyone understands. We're all working towards the same goals.
It's about fostering a culture of shared responsibility where everyone gets it. Cybersecurity, that's not just the IT department's problem. It's crucial for everyone if we want to nail our business objectives.
Shared ownership.
Yeah.
Now, another thing you've been digging into is different risk governance models. And I love this. You've got centralized versus decentralized, kind of like, picturing an orchestra.
Right. I like that.
You got the centralized approach where it's like one conductor leading the show.
Yeah.
And then there's decentralized where it's like every musician's got their own tempo going on.
That's a great analogy because both models, they've got their strengths. Centralized is great for a unified approach. Super efficient when it comes to setting those top-down policies, but, it can be a little rigid, right?
Right.
Trying to adapt to the unique needs of every single department might not be so nimble. Then you've got decentralized, way more agile, you can customize, but, and this is a big but, you don't have that tight coordination. You risk inconsistencies, weak spots in your defenses, and suddenly, not so good.
So many moving parts. It's like finding that sweet spot, finding the model that clicks with how your organization's actually structured, with your culture.
Exactly. It's not one size fits all.
No, it's not. And, speaking of finding that fit, you've also got some notes here about GRC, governance, risk, and compliance.
Right.
Where does this piece of the puzzle fit in then with the whole cybersecurity strategy?
All right. Think of GRC as the glue, okay?
Right.
It's taking cybersecurity and weaving it into the bigger picture that governance framework your organization already has.
Got it.
So it's not some separate thing. And you know what that means? Streamlined reporting.
Oh, please, yes. Left paperwork for everyone.
No more drowning in spreadsheets. You get clear, actionable insights because everything's connected.
Love that.
You see the dots between, okay, here's the risk, and here's what it means for our business.
So better decisions all around, huh?
Exactly. More informed decisions.
So less time wrestling with spreadsheets, more time actually thinking strategically. Music to my ears. And speaking of making things easier, I see you've been looking into GRC platforms and tools, which makes total sense. Nobody wants to do this stuff manually.
Right. Nobody. And it's not even just about, let's automate this task. Imagine having like a live dashboard visual right there shows you the risk landscape of your whole organization.
Wow.
You see the vulnerabilities, but more importantly, you see how they map to what you're trying to achieve as a business.
That changes things.
And suddenly, decision-making, collaboration across teams, it's a whole new ballgame.
Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground, really a ton. If you had to pick, though, just one key takeaway someone listening to this deep dive should walk away with, what would it be?
It's simple, but it's crucial. Aligning your cybersecurity strategy, it's about weaving security into the core of your business. It's not just a tech thing, it's understanding that true security. It's what lets you innovate and succeed in today's world.
Love that.
Yeah.
Now, here's something for everyone to think about as you continue down this path. We've talked a lot about getting all your teams on the same page, aligning strategy across departments.
Right.
But what about your company culture as a whole? How can you actually build a culture where security awareness is just second nature, where that shared responsibility is ingrained in how everyone operates? That's something to ponder. Until next time, keep diving deep.
Thanks for hanging out with us on CyberPulse. Remember, cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary. It's all about staying sharp and a little bit savvy. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't let those cyber gremlins get you down. Catch you next time, and until then, stay safe, stay smart, and keep crushing it online.